Chapter 1. The Beacon. Congratulations! You've been born as Percy Jackson, a title that sounds heroic from afar, carved into campfire stories and whispered by demigods who never knew the truth. But the universe reveals a different script the moment you open your eyes. Your life is not a blessing. It is a beacon, an invitation to every ancient nightmare that crawls beneath the surface of myth. You don't get a childhood. You get warnings disguised as strange events. You get danger wrapped in silence. And you grow up with the sense that something enormous and cruel is inching toward you, waiting for the right moment to strike. Your earliest memories blur into a mosaic of confusion. Teachers watch you like you're a ticking bomb. Students avoid you like your shadow carries bad luck. Objects move when you're upset. Weather shifts when your emotions slip. You think you're the problem, the flaw in the world's smooth surface. Nobody explains that your bloodline is written in the tides and storms. Nobody tells you that the scent you carry paints you like a target to monsters who hunger for the divine. You stumble through your days believing you're cursed without knowing who cursed you. Chapter 2. A childhood of warnings. Every school becomes a new stage for disaster. A field trip turns into a battlefield. A class lecture becomes a hunt. A harmless argument transforms into a supernatural confrontation your classmates can't even see. You break schools like glass because your presence distorts reality. Adults whisper, counselors sigh. Your mother hides her fear beneath soft smiles. She knows what hunts you. She knows what waits at the edge of her vision. And she knows she cannot protect you forever. Then one night, the curtain falls completely. Monsters stop pretending. They come for you openly, violently, determined to erase you before you understand what you are. You run through rain and darkness as your mother drives with desperation only a parent facing death can summon. You watch her disappear in a flash of golden light, ripped away by a creature from nightmares older than Greece itself. And you stand there, shaking, drenched in grief, realizing the world you knew was a mask, and it has finally fallen. Chapter 3. The Forbidden Sun. You awaken in Camp Half-Blood, the supposed sanctuary of demigods. But you don't feel safe. You feel exposed. The moment the trident floats above your head, everything changes. You become something forbidden, something feared. A child of Poseidon is not a student. You're a prophecy waiting to ignite. You're a threat to the uneasy balance between the gods. You're the spark that could burn Olympus to ash. People treat you like you're made of danger. Kids step back. Counselors hesitate. Even the gods watch you with caution. You can feel their eyes in the tides, in the storms, in the silence between lightning strikes. They don't see a boy. They see a possibility. One that frightens them. Chapter 4. Chains called quests. Your quests aren't invitations. They're chains. You get thrown into wars you didn't start, expected to fix mistakes the gods made long before your existence. They send you into the depths of the underworld with half-explanations and riddles. They watch from their thrones while you bleed in abandoned tunnels, cursed labyrinths and fields soaked in ancient anger. Every monster that attacks you does so because of a feud written centuries before your birth. Every wound you endure is the echo of a divine grudge, and yet somehow you keep surviving. Chapter 5. The Cost of Survival. Survival, though, comes with a different price. You lose innocence piece by piece. You watch Thalia turn to bark. You watch Luke's hope rot from the inside. You watch friends crumble under the weight of expectations carved into their lineage. Every life around you becomes a testament to destiny's cruelty, and every victory you earn becomes another point on the scoreboard of a war you never asked to join. People call you brave. They don't see the nights where you lie awake, numb from exhaustion, replaying every face you couldn't save. They don't hear the doubts crawling inside your mind. They don't know what it's like to wonder whether your choices are your own, or merely the script of a prophecy slowly tightening around your throat. Chapter 6. 16. As you grow, gods grow restless. Prophecies sharpen their teeth. You feel the final one looming over you like a shadow too large to outrun. 16 years old, they say. That's when you decide the fate of the world. Not because you're ready. Not because you trained. But because fate demands a vessel and you happen to be born. Every step toward that birthday feels like approaching a cliff with no return. You carry your sword like a lifeline. You fight monsters and men alike. You watch empires of dust rise from Titan hands. You see the sky threatened with collapse. And everyone looks at you. Always you. A teenager who didn't even get to choose his own path. Even when you win, it doesn't end. Victory doesn't give you peace. The moment Kronos falls, the next threat rises. Giants, primordials, curses older than Olympus. The world keeps turning, and each turn demands more from you. You try to pretend you're fine, but you're not. You're tired in a way heroes aren't allowed to be. You're afraid in a way you cannot voice. You're haunted by wars that never leave your mind. Chapter 7. Tartarus. Then comes Tartarus, the pit beneath all pits, a realm where hope dissolves like sand in poison. You feel the air scrape your lungs. You feel the darkness whisper your weaknesses. You feel the ground pulse with entities that should not exist. You walk through a world where every step is an accusation, every shadow a hunger, every moment a reminder that even gods fear this place. Yet they let you fall into it. You survive it through stubbornness, rage, and the desperate grip of the one person you refuse to lose. But Tartarus changes you. It chips away at the last remaining softness in your soul. It leaves marks no ambrosia can heal. And when you return to the surface, the world greets you like a hero while ignoring the hollow silence growing inside you. People celebrate your victories without knowing what they cost. They admire the strength without understanding the sacrifice. They praise the legend while overlooking the boy. Chapter 8. The Sentence. Because being Percy Jackson means you are always on alert. It means your life is a series of wars disguised as quests, losses disguised as destiny, trauma disguised as heroism. You're never allowed to stop, never allowed to rest, never allowed to be human. The gods rely on you. The monsters seek you. The prophecies claim you. And in the quiet moments when the sea is still and the stars reflect on the water, you realize the truth the world never taught you. Being born a hero is not a blessing. It is a sentence. And Percy Jackson has been serving it his entire life. But the story doesn't end there, because your fate refuses to loosen its grip. Even after you've walked through fire and poison, even after you've seen the inside of Tartarus and survived the weight of prophecy, the world keeps asking for more. New quests rise from the horizon. New myths awaken from their centuries of sleep. Old grudges stir in the ocean's depths. Every year older you grow feels like a reminder that rest isn't meant for people like you. You try to craft something normal. A life with schedules instead of sword fights. A life with choices instead of commands. But even peace trembles around you. Storms gather without warning. Monsters sniff you out no matter how deep you hide. There is no retirement for a demigod who has tasted prophecy, especially not one with your lineage. And the hardest part is that you keep trying anyway. You want to protect your mother. You want to protect Annabeth. You want to protect every kid at Camp Half-Blood who looks at you with hope instead of fear. You want to believe that maybe, just maybe, you can break the pattern carved into your destiny. But every time you step into the world, the sea stirs like it's reminding you who you are. Every time a monster lunges from the shadows, the air tightens like it's telling you the truth you don't want to face. The truth that heroes don't get peace. They get remembered. And sometimes, being remembered is its own kind of curse. Because even legends carry the weight of the battles they survived. Even champions feel the ghosts of those they couldn't save. And even Percy Jackson, the boy forced into godhood's crossfire, the child dragged through prophecies and pits and wars older than time, cannot outrun the truth of his existence. He was born to fight, born to bleed, born to carry a world that was never designed to show him mercy. And the universe, in all its endless hunger, is never finished with him.